Hello everyone, and welcome to another talk of this very special event, the Odoo Experience. My name is Gabriel Moraes, I'm a Key Account Manager at Odoo, and today I will present the reasons why you should choose an open source ERP, as it is the case of Odoo. We'll start providing a general overview about what is open source and why it's important for your company, comparing the open source solutions with the proprietary software. We'll have a practical understanding of how the collaboration and knowledge sharing happens in the open source ecosystem and how companies are making money when developing open source. We'll cover important topics such as security, rentability, evolution, and many other reasons why you should choose an open source ERP as Odoo for your company. And at the end of the talk, you have a clear understanding about this fascinating topic. So let's start with the foundations of open source. So technically, we can consider a software open source when its source code is open. In other words, when anyone can access and work on the code. It means that there is collaboration and knowledge sharing, the base for building a community. And the community is extremely important in the open source world, in which it's possible to work and collaborate with like-minded people who share the same objective. And it makes way easier for a project to evolve quicker through crowdsourcing. It's a very different concept compared to proprietary software, mainly when the proprietary has a black box approach, in which the end users don't have access to the code, so they cannot really understand the technology behind its operations. On the other hand, in open source, we value open collaboration amongst peers, which is limited in proprietary solutions to those working in the company that owns the source code. And this limitation makes that proprietary projects in general don't evolve that fast, unfortunately. And the fast evolution is extremely important considering how fast technology is evolving, specifically in the software industry. Also, upgrades in the proprietary software can be very tricky to evaluate, as you don't have access to the code, and there's always the risk that you become very dependent on the company that has developed the software, and in many cases, an upgrade can be very difficult and costly. Differently, in open source, we rely on the fast evolution with the collaboration and shared knowledge. It's decentralized, so the community is extremely important for its growth and evolution. Its members can co-create together using their energy, creativity, and willingness for the development of the software. Openness and access to the information, they are a key point, as it was since the very beginning of the internet era. And a key concept here is that the collaboration makes us stronger. There are many people testing the code from different backgrounds and origins, so it also makes it more reliable and secure, as it passes many validation processes from people in different contexts. So there are many different examples of very successful open source projects, including my favorite operating system, Linux, the little penguin that you probably have heard about. There's also Postgres, an open source database management system that's very, very powerful, Python, an open source programming language, and Odoo, a great open source ERP, as we all know. There are many, many other examples, including MongoDB, MuleSoft, GitLab, and also big corporations change the way they see open source throughout the years, and now many of the big tech giants, they have invested or have their own open source project. So let's see how the collaboration happens in a very practical way using GitHub. So basically, GitHub is a platform for software development and version control. It allows different people to work on the same project, to code together, and establish flourishing collaboration. It allows collaborative coding, project management, team administration, all that in a community-based environment. So now let's access the Odoo repository in a public repository in GitHub. So here I am in the main page of GitHub, the home for all developers, including you. So I'm gonna go to the repository of Odoo, and here we can see a briefly description about this repository, Odoo open source apps to grow your business. We can see general information. We can also see the different contributors, including Fabian Pincars, that is the founder of Odoo. We can see the different contribution that Fabian has done throughout the last months. As you can see, Fabian is working very hard in the development of Odoo. It's not a surprise for us, as we see that Fabian loves Odoo as many people around the world, including I'm going to follow Fabian so I can check it out their GitHub. And it's also interesting because we can see different folders in the GitHub, and we can even have access to the different source codes that we have in the different modules. So it's very convenient, very easy to access the code. We can also check the different issues that the community has found in the code. We can check the pull requests. I can even create a new pull request myself. We can check the documentation, information regarding the security, insights. So there are many different functionalities, very interesting as well. So now that we had an overview about GitHub, let's see how easily it is to deploy a new database in Odoo SH that is very closely integrated to GitHub. So Odoo SH is a very powerful platform that Odoo offers to companies to host its data in a secure environment, in high performance, allowing that people can have access to their code and work in close collaboration, very often with the support of our amazing Odoo partners. So it's very easy, very fast. I can deploy a new project in Odoo. So here I can have to set my GitHub repository. If it's public, in this case it's going to be a private repository. I have to check the name. I have to have a subscription code and set my hosting location so I can deploy a new project in Odoo SH. So as you can see, it's very fast. I have three main branches: the production one, the staging, the development. I can have access as well to my database that I can pass to production. For example, I can check the settings and we can see different information, including the collaborators. I can invite some people to work together. In this case, I'm going to invite Fabian Pincars himself to join this project with me. I can check the status of this project, and I can even go and access the editor. I can check the backups. I can do a clone, a fork, merge different database. So there are many different information, then many different activities that I can do in Odoo SH in a highly secure and high performance environment. And it makes the job of our technical professionals way easier and more efficient. And at the end, Odoo presents a very high return on investment considering the investment done in the management software. It's fantastic. I love SH. I love how it's designed. It's a great solution. It's very efficient. And if you want to know more about Odoo SH, there are amazing talks that go deeper in details about how to manage your project using Odoo SH. So now that we have just seen how we can have access to the source code and how we can work in close collaboration in a community, it's important to highlight that open source is different from free software, even if many open source software, they are free. Let's dig more in details about this point and explore how companies and professionals are making money with open source software. So there are many different business models for companies working on open source. Let's have a look at one very successful example, that is Odoo, the company that shares the same name of its software, an extraordinary case of success, as we can see in this amazing event, there is the Odoo experience. So as you know, Odoo offers two different editions, the Community Edition and the Odoo Enterprise Edition. So basically, Odoo has an open core business model in which the Community Edition is the open core of the software, a free software that allows anyone to access its source code for free and use it as it pleases, that has the database and framework and the basic functionalities. And I think that is fantastic that Odoo as a company can offer for free such an amazing software. And is the reason why Odoo has such a vibrant community all over the world that supports its development and assists thousands of companies, millions of professionals to use great management software. But the basic functionalities might not be enough for some companies, especially for those who need advanced features and the best software possible to manage their activities. For this company, Odoo offers the Enterprise Edition with extra functionalities. It's possible to manage complex operations and have the complete software at your disposal, reducing drastically the need of code development. You also have the support from Odoo SH, the company that has created, developed, and maintained the software. There will always be someone there to support you. And for us at Odoo, it's extremely important to follow up very closely with our customers to guarantee that they will have the best experience possible with our business apps. Very important as well, we offer upgrades to next version, an extremely important point. As we've seen in the keynote presented by Fabian Pincars during the release of the version 16, Odoo is evolving very quickly, as many other technologies, and your company should evolve quickly as well to keep its competitiveness against other players in your sector. And the upgrades are very important because they are the evolution not only of your management system, but the efficiency of your operations and therefore about your results. And a software implementation is a long-term commitment. So please remember that the decisions that they are taking today, they will have an influence tomorrow and in many years ahead. So be prepared to evolve and always be in the front line of the technology. And Odoo also offers hosting, as we've seen before with the Odoo SH, that allows you to access the code, or also the Odoo SaaS that is free of charge once you have an Odoo Enterprise subscription, but different from SH, it doesn't allow you to have access to the code. And it's also possible as well to add custom development or edit the code or even install third-party apps, as we have in our Odoo App Store that offers more than 20,000 different apps that you can install in your database. So just to recap, Odoo has an open core business model in which the main source of revenue are the Odoo Enterprise license and the service, such as SuccessPacks, service to assist company in their implementation and later use of Odoo. And at the end, Odoo generates cash flow to keep investing in a dynamic and constantly evolving software, both for the Community Edition and the Enterprise one, what allows thousands of companies to have access to great management software. It was not always like that. Odoo has grown from a very small team and had to adapt throughout the years, and it started as a full open source company, but this business model had its limitation. So at a certain moment, Odoo had to pivot to another business model. After many different challenges and difficulties, Odoo finally has found a very successful business model based on the open core. And it might be counterintuitive, but moving from a fully open source business model to an open core business model made that Odoo gives a way higher contribution to the open source world. And it also includes the education. That's probably some of you know. Odoo has an amazing education program to provide free, unlimited access to Odoo so teachers can share their database and knowledge with their students. And this is great because all over the world, the students can prepare themselves for the professional world and understand in real cases how companies work and be better prepared for the challenges that they will face and when entering the job market. I think this is fantastic. And all this Odoo success story, it started many years ago. Here you can see a photo from 2007. Odoo was a very small team back at the time. We can see Fabian Pincars, many colleagues that are still working in the company today. We can see the Odoo dog. And throughout the years, Odoo has grown considerably to many hundreds of employees. Here's a photo of the last Odoo experience before the pandemic back in 2019. And today, Odoo is a company with thousands of professionals, a great network of partners all over the world, working in close collaboration in an open source environment with office in all continents. And this year, Odoo is opening many new offices, including the ones in Spain, in Australia, in Kenya, in Germany, my lovely Brazil, and soon many others to join our network. And also, Odoo has a very strong partners network with more than 4,000 official partners worldwide, that they are a community of contributors that they are willing to make Odoo the best open source ERP in the world. And once you choose Odoo, you rely not only in the company Odoo itself, but in a huge community of independent professionals that they are there to assist you whenever you want. So, to conclude, now that you know more about open source, you know that once you choose an ERP for a company, choose an ERP, an open source ERP as Odoo to have access to your data, to control your information in an open way. It's stable, secure, you can rely on the fast evolution and to always be in competitive advantage. It's the best return on the investment that you can choose, that we all know it is Odoo. Thank you very much. I hope this presentation was useful for you. And now we can go to the questions and answer. Thank you.